is Balki. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a faith, fashion, and lifestyle YouTube blogger and vlogger, and you are welcome. So, last Saturday, I went to see The Woman King, and I loved it. And as always, before I start, I'm going to have my little notebook here because I don't want to miss anything, okay? Like, I want to cover a lot of things, a lot of points. So, first off, I am not a regular at the movie theater. The last movies I went to watch at the theater was Frozen 2. Don't ask me why I went to watch Frozen. I like Frozen, okay? Frozen 2, and what was the other one? Frozen 2 and Black Panther. Those were the two movies I last went to watch at the movie theater. Frozen 2 was just before the pandemic, and then Black Panther also was just before the pandemic, you know. So since then, I've not been. I'd rather chill in my house and Netflix and watch Netflix and chill by myself. So yeah, but I went to watch The Woman King and I loved it. So The Woman King was written by Gina Prince Brightwood and produced by Viola Davis, Julius Tennant, Mario Burko, and Kathy Schulman. Okay, so Viola Davis um, was one of the producers, and her husband also, I believe, they were one of the producers. And it was shot in South Africa. So the Woman King is the story of the Agoji in the West African kingdom of Dahomey. It is located in Benin, um, in the 17th and the 19th century. So Dahomey is present day Benin, basically. So this kingdom, you know, thrived and flourished on slave trade. That's how they accumulated their wealth, basically, by freeing prisoners from other kingdoms and selling them off to the slave traders. Yes, that's how, you know, that's what they did in that kingdom. Um, so they were both like the heroes and the villains, these Agoji women. And there was like a whole lot of controversies surrounding the theme. And I saw, you know, boycotts, the Woman King hashtags on Twitter, and like a whole lot of other things because, you know, basically it was a true story, but they tried to fictionalize it. And I even saw that what's her name? Viola Davis, you know, responded to some of the critics. Well, responded to all of the critics, and she was like, um, this film, yes, even though it's a true story, you know, but we were also trying to tell a fiction. So we had to put fiction in there because if we were, you know, just if we just wanted to tell a story based on true events, then it would be a docu-series. The movie is actually supposed to be like a fictional movie. It's a true story, yes. It's a true. I don't know how many percentage of it is true. Well, I did my research, but most of the other ones, they are everything else that happened in the movie. If you've watched the movie, it is fiction. So yeah. Um so you know, because of the historic precisiveness, there was none. So some people didn't see it, so that's why it had lots of controversies. um there was also like a rumor that Lupita Nyong'o was offered a role in the movie. She was offered to play Viola Davis's well, let me not give a spoiler alert. She was offered to play in the movie basically, and she turned down the role because she's currently doing a documentary, or she did a documentary on the Dahomey tribe and the Dahomey kingdom. Yeah. All right, so let me quickly do a rundown of the cast and the characters in the movie. So first is Viola Davis, who is Nunishka, and she's the leader of the Agoje women. She was also a captive and an orphan, and something traumatic happened to her while she was, you know, much younger. I will not tell you. You gotta watch the movie. So there was a little twist in the story. Okay. I love her. You know, I love her bravery. She was brave. She was bold. I love how she was both like a warrior, and then you can also see the motherly side of her. There was a scene where it was time for her to go to bed. She was wearing her scarf and her wrapper. In Sierra Leone, we call it lapa. And yeah, it was just so beautiful. Like the African look just fits her, you know. Yes, she really embodied the African role very well. And her accent, I'm not sure about the accent. I feel like it was forced, yes, but everything else was beautiful. I loved it. Yes. And let's see. Next was Lashana Lynch. Yeah, she was Izogi. I love her. She was like a big sister. She was brave. She was witty. She was funny. Like I laughed at a lot of things. She said there was a scene where she was like, "What's the first rule? Always obey Izogi," because like someone was trying to play her, and she was like, back up. Always listen, okay?" This was my first time seeing her screen. I've never seen her before, but yeah. Next was Sheila Atim, who was Amenzo. She is beautiful. Oh my goodness, she's tall. She is tall, Amazonian queen, African queen, and she has a lovely voice. I felt like she knew more about Nanishka Viola Davis's character more than the other ladies, more than the other warriors. Like I felt like they had more of like a connection. She was also like a big sister to a little sister to Viola Davis, she knew more about her. And yeah, she had a beautiful singing voice. And then we have Tuso Bedu, who was Newi. So Newi was this character who was given to the palace for free because she refused to get married her to someone who was like old enough to be her grandpa. Like they were trying to marry off to like one of her ancestors, I don't know. And the guy tried to slap her just to test her, and she like kicked him where the sun don't shine, girl. So, I was like, wow. Yeah, so she was taken to the palace. Like you're like, you're going to get married or you go to the palace. So she was giving up for free. Like, okay, here you go, king. You can have her. But yeah, I've seen her before. She was in Sugar Niger. That's the first time I saw her and Lupita Nyong'o. But yeah, like she was a beautiful actress. I love her. She was very feisty. She was very bold and brave. And yeah, so the Agoji tribe, they were not supposed to like get married or anything or have kids. But this girl went off and started liking man. She started liking one of the enslavers. And Viola was like, we are not going to do this. We will not be doing this. And like, yeah, she halfway, I feel like half of the movie, she was like just breaking all the rules, yeah. And then we had John Boyega, who was King Gezo. He had like 8 wives. And so he felt like the only type of business that his kingdom can do was slave trading. So he was against, even though Viola Davis's character wanted to end the slave trade, he was against that, because he felt like that's how they're going to get whatever they need, their guns, weapons, alcohol, whatever else they need, so he was against it. But I love John Barriger's character in the movie. I especially loved the outfits that he was wearing. Like he had this beautiful kaftan and gowns that he was wearing. They were like so beautiful. I think that's what you call like batik. I saw something like that. Even something like this that I was wearing, I think I saw him wearing one of these. And then yeah, it was just so beautiful. Like the Nigerian in him came out. Even though he was born in Britain, he like just encapsulated the Nigerian in him. He was a little bit goofy, little bit goofy, but yeah, he wanted to make what's her name, Newi, one of his wives. He said like if she wasn't so young, he would have made her one of his wives. I was like, okay. And then yeah, the Nigerian accent really came out, and he really embodied his king role. And then we had Jimmy Odukoya, who was Obade. He was like really like a bully, like a big bully. He would come and then just try to cause problem and stuff. And he was a leader of the Oyo tribe. They still have the Oyo. I don't know if it's like a tribe or it's a city in Nigeria. I know it says it's a city in Nigeria, but like he was like an enemy of the Agojiri tribe. Like he's always trying to prove to them that yeah, he's bigger, he's stronger. He was just a bully, yeah. And then so let me give you my honest opinion of the movie. Despite all the controversy and all of that, I really loved it, okay? I'm an African woman. I love being a black woman. And this movie just, shows how strong us African women are, how resilient. And it just shows, it just reminded me of the strength that we possess, that I possess, the type of blood that's running through my veins of, strong Black African women. Yes. And um, I really just love seeing all the melanated women in the movie. Their skin were always shining, they're always glowing. There was something I noticed, yeah. So during one of the scenes when Izogi was training, I'm trying to see my time right now. During one of the scenes when Izogi was training, she rubbed this type of oil on her skin. I don't know if it was coconut oil or maybe like shea butter melted. I don't know. But someone tried to grab onto her and she just like, she just like let go. So I don't know. I felt like the oil they were rubbing also helped with grip, like so that they're, how can I say, the people they were fighting will not grip onto them for too long, so they would just, it would be slippery. I don't know. It was just an observation. But yeah, I really loved it. And what else? Yeah, so it was a beautiful movie. I felt empowered. I was like, yeah. So in real life, the Agoje were like definitely villains, but in the movie, since it's fiction, they try to make them the heroes, because they were also participating in the slave trade, yeah. And then so they were definitely not good people, but this is Hollywood. They're trying to sell a fictional story, so they had to make them the heroes, but I just really felt empowered, watching all of them. And I even saw somewhere that the Agoje are also the same people in the Black Panther. They were like the Black Panther warriors also. I don't know how true that is, but yeah. I saw somewhere else that said, what is it? The Woman King is trying to soften the realities of slavery. And that's what most of these movies nowadays are trying to do. They're fiction. Most of them are fiction. So they try to soften the realities of life, basically. That's what fictional movies do, even though this movies have fiction and have non-fiction. And yeah, another thing, maybe at the end they should have given like a short, maybe 1 or 2 paragraph, just saying, even though this is what we portrayed in the movie, this is what really happened. Yeah, I think they're also trying to get people to research. I don't know, like, because lots of people don't read nowadays. So they're trying to go and get you to research. If you have to go on little old Google, go on Google and research about the Dahomey Kingdom. Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't say anything at the end. They want you to actually research. But anyway, after all is said and done, I think it was a beautiful movie. It was empowering. We learned something new. I've never heard about the Dahomey Kingdom before. I know Benin, of course, but I've never heard of the Agoje or the Dahomey Kingdom back in the 17th and the 18th century. But this movie, opened my eyes to something new. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. God bless you. Have a great day. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you went to the theater to watch the movie, please let me know what you thought about the movie, okay? Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye for now. Bye.